Hi, my name is Vibeke and welcome to Diving Does Crochet. Today I'm going to show you yet another headband tutorial, and if you want to see all my other headbands, then go ahead and check out the playlist on my channel page. First of all, thanks for almost 2 million views on my other braided headband tutorial. I did not expect that, but I like this one better, so I hope you do as well. I will show you right from the beginning to the end exactly how to do this braided headband. But if you prefer to follow a written pattern, I will leave a link for that below, where you can also find other sizes. This is for my 3-year-old girl. I guess it fits a 3 to 5-year-old. So I will write the stitch numbers in the written pattern as well if you want other sizes. But let me show you how to do this one. First, a little about the materials. I've used this yarn from Hobby. You can see all the info of it right here. You can see it's a lightweight 3, and we're supposed to use a 3.5mm hook. I will of course write down in the description how much yarn you will need from this. Then I've used my 3.5mm hook, some scissors, a tapestry needle, something flat to pin it down on, and of course some pins to pin it with. We begin with a slip knot, just like so, and then we create a chain. So yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, and you keep chaining until you have 114 chains. When you have 114, we will now begin working into the chains, and you will skip this first one, move on to the second one and single crochet. So insert the hook in the second stitch and single crochet. Then in the next one, insert the hook and single crochet. Keep working one single crochet in every stitch all the way across. You chained up 114, you skipped the first one, so you should have 113 single crochet when you're all the way across. And when you make it to the other end, you chain 1, and you turn. Then you skip your turning chain, move on to the second one, and single crochet. And you find your next stitch and single crochet. Continue with one single crochet in every stitch all the way across. When you make it all the way to the other end, you chain 1 and turn, and then you make a single crochet in every stitch all the way to the all the way back as well. So you have 3 rows in total. And when you have 3 rows, then you will cut the yarn, leave some for sewing. So cut it, and then you pull this loop through so it's secure. Now you will crochet another 4 of these straps, so you have 5 in total, and then you will lay them down beside each other like this. Like that. And when you have them like this, you will now make a quick seam on top, just like this, so they will stay in place when you begin braiding in a minute. Just like so. Then you pull them through, and then they are right there where you want them to be. Then you find your cutting board or whatever you have, and then your pins, and you pin them down so they don't go anywhere. Just like this. And then we begin the braiding part, which is the fun thing. So, first of all, you begin with the second strap. You take your second strap and put over the third, then under the fourth, and then over the fifth. Okay, and that's the only time you are using the second strap. From now on, you will just take the first strap every time. So you take the first one and do the opposite of what you did last time. You will not put it on top, you will put it underneath the next one, and then over the next one, then under the next, and finally over the last one. And then you can just pull them a bit up as you go. And then you begin the next one. You take the first strap and put underneath the next. So under, then over, then under, and finally over the next. And then again, the first one, under the next. And then over, under, and over. Then you just continue all the way to the bottom. And at the bottom, you will, as well as the top, just sew a bit so it won't be as messy as it is if you don't. So don't worry if some of the strands are a bit longer than the other, you will just fiddle it around a bit and you won't notice. So then you will take off the pins from the top. And then you will grab this one and thread it up here again. And you will just fiddle this around a little bit so it is nice to look at. Just give it a few stitches so it stays in place again. So they are on top of each other instead of just beside each other. Just so it looks nice before we sew them together. So now we will fold this headband. So we will fold it like this, so we have the wrong side facing out, and then we will sew them together up here. So take them together like this, and then sew it together across. And sometimes when you're sewing, it's a good idea to look at the front while you're sewing, so you're sure that it looks pretty. It doesn't really look pretty, but let's face it, it's on the back side of the head. So now I will just weave in my end on the back side, of course. And then we cut the yarn. And then turn it around. And that's your headband. So I hope you found this tutorial easy to follow. If you did, please press thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I hope to see you again soon. Bye!